Hello, everybody. This is Words, Words, Words. My name is Bill. I welcome you here today. Now, just a few days ago, I celebrated my birthday, if celebrated is in fact the correct word. And that got me thinking that I wanted to take part in this new reading challenge that I learned about from a video by the great Criminali. This reading challenge was created by the author Mark Hodder, and it is called My Novel Life. Now, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. What you do is you read one book published in each year of your life. Now, the limitations are they have to be novels. You read them in chronological order, and you cannot repeat an author. Now, when I was putting my list together, I found that to be one of the most challenging parts, not repeating an author. And also, another factor, I'm not the kind of person who can jump into a series of books in the middle. I have to start any series with the first book. I'm sure many of you are the same way, so that was kind of limiting in my choices. But also, I saw this as an opportunity to revisit some things that I read many, many years ago in my youth. So I think this is really exciting. So I've put together the first part of my list. This covers from the year of my birth, the first year of the challenge, through the 1970s. So I will start the year of my birth, 1968. Yes, shocking to many of you, I'm sure. But that book that starts it all off will be True Grit by Charles Portis. Now, I've wanted to read this classic Western for a very long time, and this is finally the spark that gets me to do it. Now, interestingly, I discovered this book that I got from the library is actually from 1968, from July of 1968, which is in fact the month and year of my birth. I think that's an auspicious beginning to this challenge. So, Charles Portis, True Grit, that is the first book. Then, from 1969, I will go with The French Lieutenant's Woman by John Fowles. Now, I read this book way back in college, back in the late 80s, and this is, in fact, the copy that I bought to do that. Now, I remember liking this book very, very much, so I'm very much excited to revisit it coming up as soon as I get to it. And my number 3 book from 1970 will be a classic science fiction novel, Ringworld by Larry Niven. Never read anything by him before. Very excited to try it out. From 1971, my number 4 book, another science fiction classic, The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula K. Le Guin. Very much looking forward to reading something by her. Never done it. Number 5. From 1972 will be the first mystery on my list. This will be An Unsuitable Job for a Woman by P.D. James. My number 6 book will be 1973's Rendezvous with Rama, yet another classic science fiction that I have been longing to get into. My number 7 book from 1974, 6 Days of the Condor by James Grady. Now, I know the film 3 Days of the Condor with Robert Redford, an excellent film, so I can't wait to get into this one and see what the book is all about. 1975 will bring The Monkey Wrench Gang by Edward Abbey. Now, this is a book I had never heard of before until I started putting this list together, and this seems like a sort of comedy crime novel, and I can't wait to get into that one. 1976 brings Night Chills by Dean Koontz, the first horror novel on this list. Looking forward to that. Number 10 will be 1977's Lord Fowl's Bane by Stephen R. Donaldson. I will follow that up with 1978's Another Fine Myth by Robert Asprin, another book that I had never heard of before, so something very much to discover. And then I will round out this part of the list and the decade of the 1970s with 1979's classic The Matteries Circle by Robert Ludlum. I've read several Robert Ludlum books. I don't remember if I've ever read this one, but I'm looking forward to getting into it. Now, This list could change as I go through based on the availability of the books. I don't have any copies of these books in my hands right now, except for the ones I've shown you. So that could alter things. Maybe my whims will be different. Maybe for some reason I will not want to read any of these books. Who knows? But as of this moment, I am very excited about this list. And you know, it's interesting because I was thinking as I was looking at this list, most of these books that were published during my lifetime can now be considered classics. So I wonder if I myself could be considered a classic. Who knows? But anyway, one other thing that I want to add to this list at the very beginning here before I really get started is I've never read anything by Mark Hodder, the creator of this reading challenge, My Novel Life. So I'm going to read what I think is his first book. It is called The Strange Affair of Spring-Heeled Jack. I just want to see what this guy's all about, and this book sounds like something that is right up my alley, so I'm looking forward to digging into that. Now, there is no sort of time limit or time constraints on this challenge, so you just go at it at your own pace. So I will continue to read some of the things I'm already into. For example, I am reading through Stephen King's Bill Hodges books. I'm in the middle of Finders Keepers now, the second one. I recently reread Mr. Mercedes, so I'm getting into the rest of them for the first time. Really enjoying that process. Also, I'm looking ahead to Garb August, starting very soon. I'll do something in some way to celebrate Garb August, and in fact I have pre-ordered the Garbology anthology from Criminale and the wonderful Troy Trade Up, so I look forward to digging into that one very soon as well. So that's it. I will let you know how I get on. I'm excited to get started on My Novel Life with Charles Portis's True Grit and Mark Hodder's The Strange Affair of Spring-Heeled Jack. All right, we'll check in with you soon. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.